Today I am going to show 5 scientifically supported exercises that help slow down the aging of the body and restore mobility, posture, and vitality. If you are already over 60 years old, these movements are not just recommended, they are essential. This is not about empty promises, but about real principles of biomechanics, muscle activation, and the stimuli your body needs at this stage of life. Many women believe that after a certain age, loss of posture, back stiffness, and shoulder limitations are inevitable, but that is not true. What happens is that over the years, the postural muscles weaken, the thoracic spine loses mobility, and the body begins to curve forward. This change compresses the lungs, reduces breathing capacity, affects balance, and even alters external appearance, leaving the shoulders rounded and the head tilted forward. The good news is that this can be reversed with the proper stimulus and consistency. The first exercise is a thoracic spine mobilization performed with support against a wall. To do it, you will need a foam roller, but if you do not have one, you can use a filled 1.5-liter water bottle, as long as it is firm. Step close to a wall and place the roller or bottle between your back and the wall, positioning it at mid-back level, in the chest area known as the thoracic spine. Avoid placing it on the lower back, since the goal is to specifically stimulate the middle portion of the spine. Keep your feet hip-width apart, slightly bend your knees, and gently engage your core to protect your lower back. Your gaze should remain directed forward, avoiding pushing your chin out or bending your neck. Inhale slowly through your nose and, during the inhalation, gently raise your arms toward the ceiling, feeling your chest expand. This movement activates the intercostal muscles, encourages rib cage expansion, and improves mobility in the thoracic region, which tends to become stiff with aging. As you exhale through your mouth, slowly lower your arms, maintaining control of the movement and avoiding rushing. The wall helps maintain spinal alignment while the roller stimulates the tissues, promoting myofascial release and improving posture over time. Perform 10 to 15 repetitions, always with controlled breathing, and focus on the quality of the movement rather than speed. With consistent practice, you will begin to notice improvements in posture, breathing, and even a sense of lightness in your upper body. During the movement, you may even hear small popping sounds in the middle of your back, in the thoracic spine, and this can scare some people, but most of the time it is simply the release of tension that is built up in joints and tissues that have been stiff for years. Why does this exercise truly rejuvenate the body and bring so many benefits? Because we spend a large part of the day sitting, with our shoulders rounded forward, our heads tilted down, and our spines curved. By correcting the position of the thoracic spine, you are not only taking care of your back, but also improving your presence, your breathing, and even your appearance. With regular practice, many women report a significant reduction in pain associated with thoracic stiffness, improved mobility, and a feeling of lightness in the upper body. Tension decreases, breathing becomes deeper, and posture naturally adjusts throughout the day. Now let's move on to the second exercise. To perform it, you will need a resistance band, also known as a fitness band, which can easily be found in sporting goods stores. This exercise is a variation of the deadlift, but performed with a band, making it much safer and more suitable for women over 60 years old. The traditional deadlift with a barbell and heavy weights can overload the joints, knees, and lower back if not performed with perfect technique, something that is not always recommended at this stage of life. The band version provides progressive resistance, is gentler on the joints, and is extremely effective for strengthening the posterior muscles of the body. To perform it, step on the band with your feet hip-width apart, holding the ends with your hands. Keep your spine neutral, your chest open, and your shoulders back. Slightly bend your knees and push your hips back as if you were going to sit down, keeping your back aligned. Then press through your feet to stand back up, contracting your glutes and hamstrings. This movement strengthens the glutes, hamstrings, and deep lower back muscles, and improves balance, which is essential for preventing falls. In addition, it stimulates bone density and helps maintain independence in daily activities such as getting up from a chair, carrying groceries, or climbing stairs. Perform the movement in a controlled manner, coordinating your breathing and avoiding rushing. 10 to 12 repetitions are enough to start, always prioritizing proper technique. With consistency, you will feel more strength in your legs, greater hip stability, and more confidence in your everyday movements. Why is this exercise so important? Because it strengthens several muscle groups in the legs at the same time, especially those that weaken the most with aging. Place your feet hip-width apart, firmly on the floor, and step on the resistance band. Hold the ends with your hands and lightly wrap the band around your palms to adjust the tension. Now pay close attention to the movement. Push your hips back, keeping your spine aligned and your chest open, while your arms remain at your sides. Your hands slide down close to your thighs and shins, always following the line of your torso. Then press your feet into the ground and return to a standing position, squeezing your glutes at the end of the movement. From the side, the exercise looks simple, but technique makes all the difference. Your arms should not move away from your body, they stay along your torso, and the main movement happens at the hips, not the spine. It is a hip hinge movement, not a rounding of the back. In this exercise, there is very strong activation of the glute muscles and the back of the thighs, known as the hamstrings. These muscles are essential for body stability, balance, and the quality of your walk. With aging, there is a tendency to lose strength precisely in this posterior region, which affects your stride, reduces walking speed, and increases the risk of falls. By strengthening your glutes and hamstrings, you improve stride power, the ability to climb stairs, get up from a chair, and maintain balance on uneven surfaces. Walking depends on coordination between the hips, knees, and ankles, and the glutes are primarily responsible for propelling the body forward. If these muscles are weak, your stride becomes shorter, unstable, and more tiring. That is why, by regularly including this exercise in your routine, you are not only strengthening your legs, but also investing in your autonomy and independence. With consistency, you will feel more stability when walking, less fatigue in your legs, and greater confidence in your daily movements. This translates into a better quality of life, more energy, and a real sense of vitality, allowing you to stay active, confident, and enjoy every stage of your life with energy and stability. Next, let's move on to the following exercise, also grounded in scientific evidence and absolutely essential for women over 60. It is simple, safe, and extremely effective. Position yourself in front of a sturdy chair, preferably placed against a wall so it does not slide. Stand with your feet hip-width apart and keep your spine aligned. You may keep your hands in front of your body for balance or crossed over your chest if you feel more confident. Now perform the movement of sitting down and standing up. Slowly lower yourself toward the chair, lightly touching the seat with your glutes without fully relaxing, and then stand up again by pushing through your feet. This is the adapted squat, one of the most important exercises for preserving strength and independence throughout aging. This movement strengthens the glutes, the back of the thighs, and also the front of the thighs, known as the quadriceps. These muscles are essential for virtually all daily activities, such as getting out of bed, getting out of a car, climbing stairs, and maintaining balance while walking. Over the years, a natural loss of muscle mass called sarcopenia occurs, and the leg muscles are the most affected. By regularly performing the sit-to-stand movement, you stimulate the maintenance of muscle mass, improve bone density, and strengthen joints such as the knees and hips. In addition, this exercise moderately activates the cardiovascular system and improves neuromuscular coordination, contributing to quicker reflexes and a lower risk of falls. By performing 10 to 15 repetitions for 2 or 3 sets, you already begin to stimulate important adaptations in the body. Now, I want to introduce a very interesting exercise that you may have rarely seen, but that produces impressive results when practiced regularly, at least twice a week. This exercise is especially excellent for women over 60 because it directly helps prevent age-related muscle loss, assisting in the fight against sarcopenia while also improving the function of the hip and knee joints. When we strengthen the muscles around the joints, we reduce overload on the bone and cartilage structures, providing greater stability and safety in daily movements. To perform this movement, place a sturdy chair in front of you, which will serve as support and a point of balance. Stand upright, with your chest open and your abdomen lightly engaged. Step forward with one leg and begin a controlled downward movement by bending your knees. This exercise is a variation of the lunge, adapted with the support of a chair for greater safety. Lower yourself gently, keeping your torso aligned, and bring your back knee toward the floor, but it is not necessary to touch it to the ground. The goal is not maximum depth, but control and joint comfort. Pay attention to your own range of motion. If you notice that lowering to a certain point causes no knee pain, that is your ideal working range. If discomfort appears as you go lower, simply reduce the range of motion and work within a safe limit. What matters most is conscious and stable execution, not extreme depth. The chair in front of you allows you to hold on if you feel unstable, giving you confidence to complete the necessary repetitions without fear of falling. This detail is essential for women who are returning to physical activity or who are concerned about losing their balance. During the movement, you will be strengthening the front of the thighs, known as the quadriceps, the back of the thighs, the glutes, and also activating the stabilizing muscles of the hips and core. This combination significantly improves the ability to walk steadily, climb stairs, get up from the floor, and maintain stability on uneven surfaces. It is recommended to perform 10 to 15 repetitions with each leg, always prioritizing movement control and coordinated breathing. Inhale as you lower yourself and exhale as you rise, activating your glutes as you return to the starting position. It is a powerful, complete, and highly functional exercise. With regular practice, you will notice not only greater strength in your legs, but also more confidence in your movements, less joint stiffness, and a clear sense of vitality. It is undoubtedly one of the best exercises for maintaining independence, muscle firmness, and quality of life as you age. If there is knee pain, this lunge exercise should of course be done with caution, always respecting your body's limits and, if necessary, further reducing the range of motion. Pain is not a sign of progress, it is a sign that something needs to be adjusted. Now let's move on to the next movement, considered one of the most important for functional health after 60, the heel raise. At first glance, it may seem too simple, but this exercise is extremely powerful for strengthening the calves, improving balance, and stimulating blood circulation in the legs. To enhance the benefits, I recommend performing this movement using an elevated support, such as a yoga block. If you do not have one, you can use a similar object, such as a thick, sturdy book or any stable surface that allows the front of your feet to be supported while your heels remain free. The purpose of using this support is to increase the range of motion and provide a greater stretch at the bottom phase of the exercise. Place the block near a wall so you can lightly hold on if you need balance. Position the front of your feet on the block, keeping your heels off the edge. Now slowly raise your body, lifting onto the balls of your feet as high as you can, strongly contracting your calves. Then lower yourself slowly, allowing your heels to drop below the level of the block and feel a deep stretch in the ankle and calf region. This stretch at the bottom of the movement is exactly what makes the elevated support different, as it promotes greater muscle stimulation and improves ankle mobility. It is possible to perform the exercise on the floor without the block, but with the elevated support you achieve a more complete workout, as it activates muscle fibers through the full range of motion and also improves ankle joint flexibility. This movement strengthens the calves, which are essential for stability when walking, climbing stairs, and maintaining balance. In addition, the calf muscles act as a true circulatory pump, helping blood return from the legs to the heart, which is especially important for preventing swelling and a heavy feeling in the legs. Perform 12 to 20 repetitions in a controlled manner, rising and lowering without rushing, focusing on the quality of the movement. With regular practice, you will notice greater firmness when walking, improved stability, and a significant increase in leg endurance, feeling more secure and active in your daily activities. You can position the block a little farther from the wall, as long as you still feel safe and are able to maintain your balance. Your goal is to perform at least 15 repetitions with good technique. One very important detail: keep your legs straight during the movement, without bending your knees. Slowly rise onto the balls of your feet, lifting your body as high as you can, and at the top of the movement, as you exhale, you may hold the contraction for about 1 second, feeling your calves working intensely. Then lower yourself slowly, controlling the descent until you feel the stretch at the bottom. This control is essential for the exercise to be truly effective. It is essential to perform the movement with both legs supported at the same time, especially at the beginning, to ensure proper safety and balance. Many people underestimate this exercise. They believe that squats, deadlifts, and lunges alone are enough to maintain leg strength. Many falls could be avoided if this musculature were stronger and more responsive. The calf acts as a protective mechanism. When trained, it responds more efficiently, stabilizing the ankle and helping the body quickly reorganize itself. In addition, as previously mentioned, it assists circulation by functioning as a muscle pump that pushes blood back to the heart. For this reason, neglecting this exercise is a common mistake. By including it regularly in your routine, you will be strengthening one of the body's main natural defenses against falls and instability. With consistency, you will feel more secure when walking, steadier when climbing stairs, and more confident when moving on uneven surfaces. This simple movement can make a tremendous difference in your independence and quality of life. Imagine the situation: I am recording a video for you, demonstrating the exercises, and literally 1 hour later those same muscles I had just trained helped me avoid a serious fall. I slipped and felt my body lose alignment for a moment, but my calves contracted with enough strength and stability to regain my balance. It was at that moment that I realized once again how decisive these muscles are in preventing fractures and injuries. That is exactly why they need to be strengthened in a conscious and consistent way. For these exercises to truly produce maximum results, they should be performed at least twice a week, ideally 3 times. Consistency is what leads to muscle adaptation, neuromuscular improvement, and real strength gains. And it is not enough to simply repeat the movements the same way every time. The body adapts quickly. If you can already perform 20 chair sit-to-stand repetitions easily, without feeling significant effort, that means it is time to progress. By performing 15 to 20 repetitions this way, you create a more intense stimulus, improve unilateral balance, and strengthen the hip in a more functional manner. This is extremely important because in daily life we rarely use both legs in a perfectly symmetrical way. Climbing stairs, taking a wide step, or standing up while relying more on one side of the body, all of this requires unilateral strength. The most important thing is to understand that any exercise I have presented can and should be progressively intensified, but always gradually. No rushing, no excess. The body responds best when the overload increases little by little. If today you perform 15 repetitions, tomorrow you can try 18, then 20. If it already feels easy, you can add a brief pause at the lowest point of the movement, slow down the descent, or use a light additional load. The key is conscious progression. When you respect this process, the benefits are enormous: improved muscle strength, greater joint stability, reduced chronic knee and lower back pain, and a significant increase in independence. Well-executed exercise is one of the most powerful tools for maintaining quality of life after 60. It protects your bones, strengthens your joints, and preserves your independence. If you want to learn more safe exercises for sensitive knees, to relieve lower back pain, or to improve your overall mobility, continue seeking quality information and stay active. And most importantly, share this type of knowledge with others who also need to take care of their health. Many times, a simple exercise can prevent a fall, a fracture, or years of limitation. The more people who have access to proper guidance, the more lives can be transformed. Strengthen your body consistently, increase the load intelligently, and treat movement as a direct investment in your future freedom.